Hello, this is Bunny with a Jillian Vance design today, and I'm going to show you how to make a poinsettia out of our leaves and petals die. Now in the set you get these 6-leaf dies. So we have the fall leaves and we have these leaves that can be fall. They can go with the daisy, but they also can be made into a poinsettia, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. Here is what the finished product is going to look like. Now this one, hopefully you can see it, has glossy accents on it. It's kind of hard to tell, but it is pretty shiny. And I used the clear embossing powder for the backgrounds, because I wanted this to be a really shiny card. So I'm going to show you today how to make that poinsettia out of the leaves and petals dies using these 3 leaves. Now the centers are from our Holly and Swirls set, the die set, and they look like that. So I just cut 3 of them out, and we'll use those in the center. But with the leaves, you can cut them all separately if you want. I like to leave them together so that I have these for possibly the daisies or poinsettia, and then these for my fall leaves. Here's a flat poinsettia, but I'm going to shape it a little bit with this new mat from Stamps of Life Stephanie. She came up with this with Sizzix, and it makes a really cool thing. So with these leaves being perforated, kind of the stitching in the middle, you don't want to work that. You want to turn it over and work on either side of the stitching to shape those leaves. If you go down the center of the stitching, you will cut it right apart. So there's what that looks like. So that's what you want to do. Take all your leaves and work on each side of the stitching with the stylist, and I use the bigger one so that it doesn't punch any holes. So just kind of shape them as you want. Just keep working them out. And this leaf die is great for behind any of our flowers, to use with our daisies, with our layered flower burst, our snowflake flowers. A lot of possibilities with it. Then you take your smaller ones, same thing on each side of that center stitching, and just kind of loosen up the paper fibers a little bit. Now on the card, I didn't make I didn't put any green leaves behind it for the leaves. On this flat one I did, to make it look more like a poinsettia. Today we're going to use the green leaves and do that. So you can either shape those as well, or you can leave them flat. That's up to you. But as you see, it kind of goes pretty quickly. I've also cut a circle, and that's what we're going to use as our base. So the small ones, just kind of roll them around a little bit on the back side with your stylus. And the bigger stylus is nice because you don't perforate it. I have the McGill set, and it comes with several. But I like this big one. We'll do the leaves a little bit here. So it's just coloring kind of like with the stylist. You're just shaping them on each side of that center stitching line. And Jillian wanted the stitching just to give it a little more personality. And sometimes it's fun to use a die without having a coordinating stamp. So that was why she designed these with the stitching, so that they're not stamped. You just can cut them and make the flower. So now what I'm gonna do is take the circle and put a glob of glue on that circle. And yes, the leaves go in the back, but I'm going to use, I'm not going to put those down first. I'm going to put these first. And you just want to arrange them the way a poinsettia is. So there'll be a little bit of overlapping on some. Just kind of press them down. If you want, you can use your stylus to press them down. Let it dry. Then I add another layer of glue. And just place those in between. So this would be the medium leaf, and it's placed in between those larger leaves. And then just keep going around the circle, filling in the gaps of where the big leaves left off. And I like the craft sheet for this because you can just wipe your glue right off in case it gets on there like it did. So there's that. Then there's still enough glue. I'm just gonna place these smaller ones in there. Same thing, just go right in between where the other ones left off. Now if you wanted to make it even fuller, you could actually cut 2 sets of the medium leaves. I didn't, because I kind of like it the way I did it on that card. So just place them in there. But there you can see how the big leaves, then the center leaves, and then those. You can also use varying colors of paper if you wish. You don't have to use the same color red. You could use an ombre effect of the lighter to darker. Add your berries to the center. You have that, and you can determine where you want your poinsettia leaves, your green leaves. So just add a dab of glue. And glue them where you desire. Once this is dry, what you can do then is take it back to your pad and shape it a little bit more. Get some of this glue off of it. But there you have a shaped poinsettia. So like I said, you can turn it over, shape it some more. You could actually do this, kind of bring the leaves up a little bit where the others are going down. There's a lot of options just to give it that realistic look. So there is the poinsettia for today. Now, how I got this glossy is I covered it with glossy accents after I put it all together. So put it all together just like this, and then I take my glossy accents and just put it all over it. I used the paintbrush, squeeze them on, then I used a paintbrush. So that's up to you, but that is how you get the poinsettia, the leaves and petals die set from a Jillian Vance design. Thank you for watching today.